Philotanic here with another Artifact Cup 39 replay cast, this time round 4 featuring Tren versus Coercer. And starting on the bottom side of the map, in the brown and brown Galcian carrier, it is Coercer.
Rally position marked. Rally position marked. Base runner moving.
And then starting on the opposite side of the map, once we hit the reveal all button,
Carrier weapons.
it is online. In the red Soban Tren.
Salvager construction complete. Verified.
Alright, let's get the HUD back up,
Locked in.
put down production, and see what our players are deciding to do. Coercer over here is going for quicksand skimmer fabrication, moving out the production cruiser over to the first wreckhead over here, wreck bulkhead that is, to get some extra resources. Already put out all 6 in the initial resourcing location. Both players are moving their base runners out to take the close artifacts respectively. Tren is already mining with 6 salvagers and let's see, going for LAVs quickly, so not going for sand skimmer first, so support cruiser first, so going, nope, did go for support cruiser. I'm just off on my timings here. Did go support cruiser first.
Targeting RU field.
Going to move the carrier out? Yes, going to move the carrier out, and now that LAVs are online, expect to see some LAVs along with
position charge array.
some of the
Rally position designated.
salvagers coming out. Long distance mining for
Command authority.
Coercer here.
Rally position
Tren's going to have the benefit of not long distance mining. We'll be able to directly drop off those resources to the carrier, and Tren getting out a single LAV to do some scouting. 2 skimmers for Coercer, going to hold back in a protective formation over here.
Artifact signal confirmed.
3 sand skimmers from Coercer, and they are going to go out and try and do something about this base runner. Meanwhile, Coercer's base runner looks to be able to get out unhindered. I do hear some fighting. Oh, there we go. Sand skimmers versus these LEVs versus the scanner in the middle. In come Coercer. Sand skimmers 4 now.
Destination verified.
Tren has researched AAVs and is holding back right now, getting some eco up. This LAV is going to die to these skimmers, but maybe not before taking out one with that high ground advantage. Leaving 3 skimmers for Coercer to either go for this base runner or come over on this side and do some harassment on to Tren's economy, and that's what Coercer looks like they're thinking, but Tren already has a couple AAVs out just in time for the sand skimmers to come over here.
Extraction confirmed. Maneuvering out.
Coercer sand skimmers deciding not to bring them into the AAVs, which is a good choice. They get cleaned up pretty quickly, and instead look like they're going to go for the base runner. And then you heard just there in the background, Coercer did just get the resourcing for the production cruiser, so this production cruiser now, the salvagers don't have to go all the way back to the carrier, so Coercer will be on equal economic footing here, except that Tren already has his 3rd support cruiser out and is now going to go for the 3rd resourcing location. Some action over here. This AAV is going to push back Coercer's sand skimmers. 2 of them are going to die before only being able to do about half damage onto the base runner.
Systems online.
Tren building more AAVs, and has another AAV over here trying to target Coercer's base runner. Coercer wants to use the base runner to pick up this artifact before Tren can get it, so that way at least if his base runner dies, it does deny the artifact. And Tren is pulling back the base runner.
Artifact extraction team en route.
for some odd reason. So, Coercer's base runner has a good chance of falling, but
Combat ready.
it will
Interceptor
at least
inbound
deny
on
that
target position.
artifact
Vehicle
to
rendering
Tren.
complete.
And Coercer, meanwhile, has 3 interceptors coming out. Now, unfortunately, interceptors are not the best against AAVs simply because of this high armor, so it's take 2 passes to destroy it. So this base runner may just get that artifact into the extraction zone.
Hostile forces detected.
Anyway,
Be vigilant. Defense alert.
and then
Interceptor
these
under attack.
interceptors will be able to take out the base runner of Tren's,
Meeting order. Returning.
and are going to come back, and we're going to see what is Tren's response missile batteries right now. So Coercer is showing
Ready for
his hand
operations.
early with those interceptors, means probably not going to get a lot of value out of those interceptors in the late game. Another sand skimmer taken out. AAV is going to come and challenge this
Defense
base
alert.
runner here.
Enemy armor inbound.
Interceptor is
Probably able to
Base
take it
runner
out
is taking damage.
if Coercer doesn't decide to pull back to the protection of the carrier.
Defense alert. Artifact drop.
It's taken out anyway, but that AAV is going to
Base runner
die,
destroyed.
at least in the second pass from the interceptors.
Vehicle rendering complete.
Carrier
Coercer with a decent number of interceptors, 5 now. Tren bringing out LAVs, which do have some anti-air capabilities, but Coercer right now using the interceptors to clean out
Heretic scanner spotted.
all of the AAVs, and now trying to snipe the support cruiser before Tren gets any sort of anti-air out there, and it looks like
Hostile base runner
Coercer's going to be
Artifact detected.
successful there. There we go, 1 support cruiser down. The LAVs are coming in from Tren to try and do some economic damage. Tren does have 2 base runners out, which also helps with the AA.
Extracting an artifact.
Coercer does have enough skimmers here to deal with these LAVs if properly microed, so we're going to have to see who micros them better in this attack. Coercer
Target position
not researching anything just yet, did go AAVs into air. Those skimmers scared away the boosted LAVs.
Coordinates verified.
Tren has
Research concluded.
1, now going for
Recover the artifact.
2
Hostile
artifacts.
missile battery identified. Defense alert.
These
Interceptor
interceptors are going to get hit by the base runner, but it looks like Coercer's using the boost ability, I think. No, it doesn't have boost built just yet. So not much damage going to be done to the interceptors before they destroy this base runner, so that's 1 base runner down.
Enemy base
Skimmers are
runner
coming up.
destroyed.
Some Coercers to the right. And Tren does have 3 missile batteries out on the field and moving into fighter and gunships of his own. Wants to take control of the air from Coercer. But these LAVs here are going to have to boost to get out, and they looks like they did.
Set. Advance.
Skimmers
Combat assignment. Sand skimmer advancing.
getting hit by the LAVs, as the LAVs do outrange the sand skimmers here, so but those they will regen. Good placement of missile batteries by Tren. Coercer is going to bring the interceptors into range of the missile batteries, and now he knows about
Has
it.
been destroyed.
That interceptor went for a ride. Let's see if Coercer can do anything with these sand skimmers. Maybe take out one of the missile batteries, have to dodge the mortar.
Strike confirms.
Move to destination.
Production cruiser.
This base runner is going to get into the extraction zone, and Coercer has a base runner coming out over here, but it's going to be dependent on this fight. Tren looks to have the advantage, just a bunch of sand skimmers for Coercer, and then a few AAVs and a couple missile batteries here. So Coercer is probably going to have to pull back with the sand skimmers if he wants his fleet to live.
Target location marked.
There goes 1 sand skimmer,
Strike craft destroyed.
maybe a second.
Advanced contact. Set condition 1.
That sand skimmer is going to explode as well.
Scan lock established. Tracking targets. A base
In
runner
comes the
is under
Galaxian
attack.
carrier to help drive things away.
Enemy missile battery
Power
spotted.
Reserve 3 being researched, but this base runner is probably going to go down. Railgun fabrication coming out for Coercer, but that might be a little bit late. But meanwhile, all of Tren's army is over here next to Coercer's carrier, so Coercer bringing the skimmers out to try and do some damage to the economy of Tren. We'll have to keep an eye on that. While looking at this side, Tren bringing the LAVs on the wrong side, so let's go over and check out this economy here. Tren does not have very many armed logistics modules in this area, so these sand skimmers should actually be able to do some decent damage.
Research concluded.
Catching out a missile battery here, that mortar fire is not going to be able to clean up this many skimmers in this wide of an area, but the armored assaults are here.
Course set.
A strike craft has been destroyed.
Coming straight out of Tren's carrier, and then more interceptors going around, flying around, getting shot down. Skimmers are just going to be able to take out the support cruiser before getting cleaned up, and more. All the interceptors go down from the missile batteries. Of course, you're not being as careful with those as we'd like. Probably needs to pull these skimmers out, as otherwise they're just going to die. Tren's entire force is over here, and
Light attack vehicle online. Confirmed.
Carrier active.
well, Coercer bringing his carrier up to do battle with the Soban carrier. He knows Tren doesn't have any rails, and researching siege cruiser fabrication, so this bold move might just actually work out better than you'd think. Two base runners here for healing, I would assume, or no, just to go to get artifacts. Meanwhile, Tren bringing his entire fleet over to the right to try and get Coercer's resourcing location. Tren has been operating on the higher amount of resources for far longer, but Coercer is slowing that down just now. Coercer does have a lot of CUs here, and not enough. Only 2 production cruisers, so might be useful to have a third. Coercer perhaps thinking better of going straight up with the Galaxian carrier, maybe just content to deny resourcing from the third, as Tren does roll out 4 railguns, siege cruiser fabrication coming out, more interceptors along the way. I guess Coercer just wanted to protect the base runner as it's coming in. What is Tren's fleet doing over here? Well, it's going to come in and it's going to find 2 resourcing locations without any protection and going to completely wipe them out. So we'll have to keep an eye on battles in both locations. Coercer's carrier is being forced back by these railguns. And over on this side of the map, a fleet of AAVs along with some screening light attack vehicles. The interceptors are going to come out and they're going to do some damage, but there are just too many AAVs for the interceptors to clean up. And lots of things are going to blow up over here.
Interceptor taking fire. Strike craft destroyed.
Artifact extraction confirmed.
A bunch of salvagers destroyed by Tren over here, and meanwhile the 2 carriers are dueling back and forth.
Defense alert. Salvager
The railgun, a couple of the railguns have been destroyed,
Maneuver us out. Combat ready.
and Coercer does have the better carrier in terms of upgrades, but these railguns are doing some damage here. Coercer already down to 74%, meanwhile, as his entire economy is getting cleaned up by Tren's armored assault, so it is going to come down to this carrier battle here. And Coercer doesn't appear to have enough resources really to build anything. Researching Power Reserve has the air there, but
We just lost a production cruiser.
I think these railguns are going to seal the deal for Tren,
Get hostile detected.
as it's becoming a
Hostile railgun approaching.
railgun and carrier versus carrier battle.
Sand skimmer taking fire.
Out come the interceptors, and they are far enough back from the missile batteries that they might actually get a couple of these railguns before getting destroyed.
Interceptor has been destroyed.
Artifact extraction confirmed.
Defense alert. Interceptor under attack.
Tren's fleet is completely cleared up the entirety of Coercer's resourcing, so it is all down to this carrier v carrier showdown, but Tren needing the support cruiser to heal his carrier, and Coercer just nothing really to respond to these rails here. It was looking like the game for Tren.
Enemy missile battery spotted. Defense alert. Enemy armor inbound. Warning. Carrier hull.
Mortars here firing down, plenty of rail guns.
50% integrity. Get us moving. Bring us.
Artifact extraction team en route. Target location marked.
42% damage for Coercer. Still has 2 more power that he can put into some systems. But Tren's carrier not really taking any damage.
Systems offline.
Hostile scanner
There
spotted.
is 1 base runner for Coercer back here in the background.
Alert.
But Coercer's going to need to pick up 2 artifacts here while keeping this carrier alive against these railguns, which are in the back, and the Soban carrier. So going to have his work cut out for him if he is in fact going to survive. Try and keep an eye on everything.
Bring us round.
See that base runner over there in the background.
25% integrity.
Of course, his second base runner over at this artifact, but I don't think it's going to happen quick enough. There are just too many railguns here.
Runner is taking damage.
We are done in an artifact signal. Secure it.
Maneuver us out.
Defense alert. Artifact.
There goes 1 base runner in the background from the AAVs.
Base runner destroyed.
And then I think the railguns are going to take out Coercer's carrier.
Target position.
Well played game though by both players.
Maneuver us out. Damage control parties. Assess and report to control. Enemy sensor post destroyed.
Systems offline. Center. Target zone. Artifact extraction team en route.
Steady. Maintain power routings. Hostile missile battery identified.
Artifact signal confirmed. It must be seized. Defense alert. Artifact dropped.
Withdraw. Your failure.
If you enjoyed that
will be
replay
preserved
cast,
by
hit that
release.
like button, subscribe, or leave a message in the comments. Philothanik signing out.